Man, I think today we should talk about AAA.
Man, the timing couldn't be any better for that because I've had so many problems with my truck lately.
No, that's not what I meant.
What? Oh, did I mention? I saved a bunch of money by switching to...
Hello and welcome once again to In a Darkened Room. I'm Chris.
I'm Darren.
And today we're going to talk about AAA radio. Now, a lot of people probably aren't familiar with that term, but it's a format that I like a lot. And since he doesn't really know that much about it, doesn't listen to it that much,
right.
I'm going to play a few songs for Darren and see what he thinks of them. He's going to comment on them, give his opinion on them.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Without trashing anybody.
Sure, absolutely. But I want your honest opinion, of course.
Sure, you'll get it.
So, yeah, the way that you'll be able to follow along with this, because of the rules on YouTube and music copyright and all that, we can't actually play the song in the video.
Right.
So there will be, once again, a Spotify companion playlist, and you can do that how you want. You can you listen to us talk about it, pause the video, go listen to the song, and then come back and see what he says about it.
Yes, if you agree with me. And it's part of getting out of our comfort zone. We're going to do this a lot on this show.
Exactly. We don't want to talk about just all the old music because, a lot of that's already been talked about a lot.
Exactly.
And although we're offering our fresh opinion, right. We also want to include, there's still so much good music still being produced to this day.
Absolutely.
And with the kind of the demise of radio here as of late, and it's become more streaming centric.
Certainly.
It might be a little harder to discover new music. So we're going to help you out on that.
Sounds good to me, man. I'm excited.
All right, first of all, let me actually define what AAA radio is. I went to Wikipedia and got the actual definition.
Okay.
It's a radio format spin-off from the album-oriented rock format. Its roots trace to the 60s and 70s from the earlier freeform and progressive formulas. It's got a broader, more diverse playlist than most other formats, and it includes tracks from albums that are not singles, which leads to the enhanced and larger playlist.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And a lot of different... It's kind of an umbrella term. There's a lot of different types of music that fall under this. It lists indie rock, Americana, pop rock, alternative country, jazz, folk, world music. So you could tune into a AAA station and, some of them have a more narrow playlist, but sometimes you just never know what you're going to hear.
And once again, AAA stands for...
That is Adult Album Alternative.
Okay, so kind of like it took the place of album rock.
AOR rock, which was album-oriented rock.
And what you would have back in those days, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth or whatever, but they would play what they called deep cuts at the time.
Exactly right.
So songs that weren't necessarily singles, but, a DJ took a liking to it, or a program director would go ahead and program the song even though it wasn't officially released as a single.
Exactly
so some of that happens in this genre as well.
This was like a natural transition from that format. You don't find a lot of AOR stations anymore.
Right.
So this is what you have now.
All right.
I'm
excited. Let's go.
I picked out a few songs for Darren to listen to, and I think I'm going to start out with The Head and the Heart. Okay. This is a band from Seattle, Washington. They're an indie folk band. Formed in 2009, and their latest release is called Living Mirage.
Okay.
I'm going to have you listen to the song Honeybee.
All right. Let's do it.
All right.
Ba-boom, ba, boo-boom, ba, yeah, yeah. Ba-boom, ba, boo-boom, ba, yeah, yeah. Ba-boom, ba, boo, yay.
All right, so tell me what you think.
Overall, I liked it. I really liked it. It was. It kind of reminds me of like driving at night music, which when I think of like in the old days of AOR and deep cuts and stuff like that, that's kind of how. That's when I would listen to that stuff mainly. So I kind of get the transformation. As far as the song, it's a simple song, very beautiful. I like the production a lot. It's not that much different than a lot of what am I trying to say? As far as like how songs are structured these days, the chorus, he sings in kind of a falsetto voice.
Right.
But it's nice. I like it. I wouldn't call it like groundbreaking. It's definitely something that I wouldn't mind hearing. I'm not sure I would go out of my way to listen to it.
That's fair.
I think it's done very well. I mean, I would consider that pretty much a pop song. I like the female presence. They do have female members, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
Thought I heard a girl in there singing around. And I like the intro. The intro kind of reminded me of when it started off like an Elton John song, with the piano and stuff. But that is not bad. I liked it. I think the more I would hear that, the more I would like it. So
Okay.
overall, it's good.
So score 1 for the head and the heart.
Head and the heart, thumbs up. I liked it.
I'm going to
Honeybee.
give it a 1 to 5 rating.
1 to 5, I would give it a strong 3.5 on the first listen. That doesn't mean it wouldn't grow on me to the point that I would
Okay.
like it more, but definitely it's good. It's
Okay.
good.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Are you ready for a little psychedelic soul?
Yeah, I like that name.
Yeah. That's actually what they sound like. The
Oh.
name of the group is the Black Pumas.
The Black Pumas.
Yeah.
All right.
Psychedelic soul band from Austin, Texas. They were formed in 2018, so they're
Wow.
fairly new.
Very new.
First album is self-titled, Black Pumas, and I'm going to have them listen to Fire.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, what'd you think?
Loved it. Absolutely loved everything about it. I love the feel of it. I love the repetitive nature of the riff. And I'm not sure. I'm assuming that they may be a biracial band.
Yes.
Basically, just because the singer is 100% soul. I love it. One of the things I've noticed about music in the last, let's say, 10 years, coming out of the 90s, you had a lot of baritone guys, like Eddie Vedder, that kind of voice.
Yeah.
And it seems like most of the vocalists these days are on the higher register again, but it's not like the Steve Perry singing in the stratosphere type stuff.
Yeah.
Which I like that too. It's just a nice area, where the
Right.
vocal sits. This song is very, very good, very strong. I can't say much bad about it at all. I mean, it's once again a simple song, which is kind of where we are with music these days. But overall, I dig it. I really like it.
Awesome. All right, so rate it 1 to 5.
I'll give that one a strong 4.5.
Excellent. All right, so you liked it pretty well.
I liked
All right.
it very well. I liked the, you called it psychedelic soul. I don't know if that's the official title for that genre.
That's from Wikipedia. That's what they called it.
I
So,
think it's a perfect description.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I could kind of hear the, I don't know, I guess they're from the South, Texas. I could kind of hear some of that in there.
Yeah.
And it kind of had like a feel of some of my favorite stuff, like Sly and the Family Stone.
Yeah.
It kind of had that kind of atmosphere.
Exactly. Right. Yes.
So, but done in a modern way. Like I say, I dig it, man. I like it.
Okay. Well, moving on then.
Yeah.
This next group is actually local boys, formed in 2006 right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
You're putting pressure on me. It's hard.
That's right.
Music City.
They are indie alternative.
Okay.
Their Moon Taxi is the name of the group.
Moon Taxi, okay.
Latest release is called Silver Dream.
Okay.
I'm going to have you hear Hometown Heroes.
All right.
All right.
Ba-boom, ba, boo, boo, ba, yeah, yeah. Ba-boom, ba, boo, boo, ba, yeah, yeah. Ba-boom, ba, boo, yay.
All right. Thoughts, comments?
All right. The song itself I thought was pretty cool. My first impression right away was that it sounded like Sweet Soul Sister by Train. Is that the right name? Sweet Soul Sister?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
And I think it kind of had a little bit of it was a mix of a lot of different stuff I heard in there. I heard some electronic dance type qualities to it in the production. I heard a little bit of like I say, the Train influences there. I heard a little bit of and that could be just the Nashville thing. It's sounding a little bit southern.
Yep.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of Maroon 5. I thought the song itself, the way it was structured, was predictable, and that sounds like a put down, but I'm not putting it down.
Right.
It was very well constructed, a very well constructed pop song, really. Once again, I thought there were a lot of fine qualities to it. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. Nice, easy listen.
1 to 5. What do you think?
I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
3.5.
3.5.
Okay. Yeah, and bringing up the fact that it sounded so much like a pop song and kind of had a formula of a pop song. One thing that AAA has done in the past is they've introduced new artists that went on to become straight up pop. And the first one that comes to mind is Ed Sheeran.
Okay, yeah,
Ed
I
Sheeran.
love Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran was all AAA. That's the only place you used to be able to hear him.
Wow.
But now he's like a pop mega superstar.
Right.
So
I like Ed Sheeran a lot.
Going to listen to AAA radio, you may actually get in tune with an artist that one day is going to be like on everyone's mind.
Foreshadowing of things to come. Which that in the old days of AOR, that's kind of what it was. They wanted to be ahead of the curve.
Exactly right. That's
So-
yeah. So same thing. Yeah. All right. So moving on, Matt Maeson is a solo artist here that I'm going to bring up next. He's got an interesting backstory. I wanted to bring this up. His parents were juvenile delinquents who later became musicianaries, playing in Christian metal bands. He was banned from listening to secular rock music on the radio until he was a teen.
Poor guy.
I know, right? He did community service. He got in a little legal trouble back in the day. But his community service was working construction for 12 hours a day and then performing at biker rallies and prisons with his parents' ministry.
Okay.
He released his first single in 2016. He's now released, I believe it's his debut, major label debut, called Bank on the Funeral. And the song I'm going to play for you by Matt Maeson is Hallucinogenics.
Okay. Interesting backstory there.
Yes, indeed. All right. Thoughts on that one?
I thought it was cool. I like the song. I get the feeling that it kind of sounds similar to me. Like it's not something that would hit me out of left field where it would stop me in my tracks and I would go, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
Listening to it, I feel like his influences are coming out. I'm hearing a little bit of U2. He kind of reminds me of Bono a little bit. Maybe Coldplay. That may be more the area where he's coming from. The song itself, I liked it. I thought it was kind of predictable. But once again, when I say that, I don't mean that that's necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
I don't have a problem with... Hell, we did a AM Top 40 70s show. I have no problem with formulaic music. Is that a word, formulaic?
I think it's a word. Yeah.
It is now. I think it's good. It doesn't scream by me upon first listen, but it did not bother me either. I like his backstory a lot. That's very interesting. I see why they've got that out there. I would be interested to hear more to see if everything's kind of in this vein, or if he's a one-trick pony, or if he has other things that he can do.
So at the very least, it's made you curious. Like, what else is there?
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad song at all. Scale of 1 to 5, I'd probably give it a 3.
Yeah.
But it does sound like something that it would possibly grow on me. I just didn't feel a surprise element to it. I thought it was very, like I say, very predictable. But once again, that doesn't mean I'm putting it down at all. I liked his voice, and I liked the way he phrased and everything. But once again, it kind of reminded me a lot of Chris from Coldplay or Bono from U2.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on then.
Yeah.
White Reaper is the name of this group. And of course,
like the name.
me being my age, it sounds like they're going to be a metal band,
right?
But they're garage punk, so they do have an edge to them. They are from Louisville, Kentucky.
Right up the street.
That's right. Yeah, formed in 2012.
Okay.
Their latest release is called "You Deserve Love," and this is a real long time from White Reaper. So.
All right, let's check it out.
Boom, 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 yeah. Boom, 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 yeah. Boom, 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 yay!
Okay. Verdict.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Loved everything about it. One of the things that jumped out to me right away. Well, the intro is very much like a Thin Lizzy song.
Yeah.
I heard some really cool guitar riffing going on there. Kind of what did you call it? Garage punk?
Garage punk.
I kind of call it more like power pop punk kind of stuff. It kind of had like a Cheap Trick vibe to it. Very throwback. One of the things
I knew you were going to say Cheap Trick too.
Yeah. One of the things that I really liked about it is the way stuff's recorded these days. A lot of stuff comes out very linear, just very in the middle.
Yeah.
Not a lot of dynamics. This song had dynamics to it. It sounded like they were actually playing their instruments live, that it wasn't just all created in Pro Tools.
Right.
And it probably was created in Pro Tools, but it doesn't sound like that. So I like the fact that it had a really nice human vibe to it. It had energy. It had a catch. It sounds like they can play. I love it.
Okay. So is that a 5?
That's
the
a
first 5?
I'll give it a 5.
Excellent. All right. So that's a good one. All right. Next one, Devon. I don't know how to pronounce his name exactly right. Devon Gilfillian. Gilfillian. I'm not sure. I probably should have looked that up ahead of time.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's a soul singer-songwriter.
Okay.
He's also from Nashville, Tennessee. He's
Music
a
City.
local boy, yes. He began playing guitar at age 14. His first EP was released in 2016. His latest, though, major label release is Black Hole Rainbow. This song is called Good Life. So
Okay.
Tell us what you think. All right, verdict on that one.
Love it.
Yeah.
Every now and then you hear something and you can just tell that the person gets it. This guy understands songwriting. This guy understands what makes a song catchy. The music's not over the top or anything. Not that he's not capable of that. I love the quality of his voice. I like where his voice sits in the mix. It's almost my first thought was like maybe it's a little too loud, but I kind of dig that. It sounds like he's right here in the room with you. I like the stabbing keyboard effect in the verses.
Yeah.
I like where the chorus goes, and it has something. And this is one of those things. Sometimes I call it a vibe. Sometimes a new artist to come out, and it's like, are they ripping off something? Is that something I've heard before?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just borrowing from an era or a vibe. And
or paying tribute to it.
Paying tribute. Yeah. And I get that from this guy. I think he really knows what he's doing, and he's executing this very well.
Agreed, yeah.
I like that. I would listen to that, and I would actually invest in that. That's something I'm going to look into his album.
There you go.
And I would definitely go see him live. And dude, if you're listening or watching the show, come on the show and talk about your music sometime.
Hey, yeah, absolutely.
You're invited.
Open invitation, anytime.
5. I give it a 5.
Excellent. All right.
Yep. Good job. I liked all these
songs. That's our list. Again, Spotify companion playlist. If you didn't listen along during the video, definitely check these songs out. And I'll include some more songs from AAA that I like as well. So if you want to go on a little musical discovery journey, then there you go.
There you go. Well, cool. This has been fun, man. I dug this.
Yeah, this is awesome. Great. Yeah, this felt more like a chill, laid-back episode.
And we'll do this more in the future. We're gonna get out of our comfort zone. We're gonna have him talk about rap and R&B and urban. We're gonna react to that. We're gonna, you just never know what you're gonna hear on this channel. So this was fun, man. I enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Thanks for watching this episode of In a Darkened Room. You can find the link to this episode's companion Spotify playlist in the description. Darren and Chris welcome your comments. You can leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Follow In a Darkened Room on Twitter to receive updates and submit your ideas for what we should discuss in upcoming episodes. Darren and Chris are also on Instagram, so give them a follow there as well. All of these links can be found in the description below. While you're there, be sure to click subscribe and ring the bell.
All right, now it's time for our random topic, and we're going to do one that we haven't done yet. This is the first time we're doing it. It's called Shuffle Play.
All right.
Yeah, so we're basically going to go into a Spotify playlist here, hit shuffle, and we're just going to talk about what comes
Whatever comes up.
All right, so let's hit the...
It's like Russian roulette.
Exactly, yes. So we're going to hit shuffle, and looks like we've got Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love.
All right. Take it away.
This is my all-time favorite song from Bruce Springsteen.
Really? All-time
Absolutely.
favorite?
Yeah. I think it's because of the video. That the imagery in the video is one of the things that kind of reeled me in and made me listen to the song, where he's running along the beach during the quiet part. There's the amusement park at the beginning where it's kind of chaotic and all that. And I just love the structure of the song. The lyrics, they're a little, kind of cheesy, but I love the production of this song. It's got such a great groove. It's smooth. I love it. It's the kind of thing that I love.
I think, once again, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I really do. I think it's one of Bruce Springsteen's most underrated songs, to be honest.
Yes.
And if you think about in the context of when it came out, he's coming off the success of Born in the USA. He could have went anywhere from there and got away with it. I like the direction of this album, and this song in particular. You've hit on a couple of the key points. The mix is really cool. The vibe of the song is really cool. The lyrics. I get what you're saying, but I think it totally works.
Yeah.
It's very catchy. Really, there's songs by Bruce Springsteen that I like a lot more than this one, but quite frankly, I think it's one of his best songs from the 80s.
Absolutely, yeah, and one of the best albums too. I think "Brilliant Disguise" was on that,
song.
and "Two Steps Back."
Yeah,
I think is it "One Step Up" or "Two Steps Back"?
Two Steps Back.
I can't remember what the title is, but that's a great song too. So,
it is.
Yeah, really love Bruce Springsteen. So in that era.
Me too.
Well, anyway, this has been fun. I've loved this episode, and we will see you next time on In a Darkened Room.
Later on.
Take care, everybody.
Be good.